leaving Corrofin, Corrofina, over the Burren today, and then to Galway. I think it's 60k. I've just left the two Dutch guys, EIRE and Powell. They're also touring round. One's coming up to Galway, but he'll be arriving as I'll be leaving. Bit of a late start this morning because of two punctures. Front wheel punctured, and then the spare tube is punctured. So when I get to Galway, I'm going to buy 2 tubes and new patches. But it's a lovely sight. Very nice to meet some other cycle tourists. They must be both in the late 50s as well, so they're going well. I got a front wheel wobble. The rear wheel's okay though, but one of the Dutch guys said you got too much weight on the back, and I think I agree with him. I just got to get a front carrier that's actually quite decent. Anyway, Burren should be on the horizon soon. And we'll speak in a bit. I just had a thought. Is that what Shaver's End could look like if it didn't have a quarry? I thought the shape of the hill was so much similar. It could be. There's an interesting looking place. Oh, it's huge. Gosh. Oh. There we are. I'll have to look up what that is, because I don't know, but some old manor for some English lord, probably. So we're up on the Burren and it's slowly getting more barren. I'm passing by this field and you can see the rocks poking up through the grass now. And some of them look very angular, so whether some of them have been worked or whether it's a site of some ancient structure, I don't know. Or whether they're just naturally sort of angular. But we'll see as we climb up to on the road to Ballyvaughan. Climb yet to come, I think. The guy at the campsite said it was hilly. The manager bloke. This is Polacurran Church, the most important church in this area for 300 years between the 13th and 16th centuries. Some restored in 2017. The burial ground is still in use by the local families. Cuckoo in the background. There's a grave from 2007 there. Gosh.
There's quite an old one. I think that says 1836. I'm presuming a lot of these, you know, churches were lost to the famine or a plague or something. Yeah, nice place to stop for a rest. Yeah. Very nice country, very much like Worcestershire / Shropshire. That's a bit of a yeah, lovely spot. Had to leave the wombat on the road because I couldn't get him through the gate. And the old stones that are just stones with nothing on them. So there's somebody there, but you wouldn't know who. I doubt I shall see a cuckoo. Be nice though. Northwards onto the Burren. That was a cuckoo. Can't see where he's gone, but I've seen one and got one on film. Absolutely cracking. Oh well, I was zoomed out a bit, but that was a cuckoo. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I said I wouldn't see one, and then I did. What are the chances of that? was just right on top of him, but he's gone over there. Come out around the back of the church, where it has an upstairs, and then around the other side there's a thing for the priest to throw out burning oil and objects to defend himself if the church was ever under attack, because there was a lot of war between local chieftains at the time. He's come closer. Maybe there's two. Ah, it's lovely to see. Get round this corner. I'm presuming this was where the priest would drop stuff from, but it's unusual that it's not above the door. But anyway, with that and the cuckoo, I shall leave you and see you at the Burren. Just saw another cuckoo sat on a telegraph wire, so I slammed the brakes on, the cuckoo flew off, and that car there nearly went into the back of me. So, well, it didn't, but, you know, it could have. Because I was too engrossed in the cuckoo. So that's two definite and a third suspected, just in the space of half an hour, which is... Well, I saw my first cuckoo, I don't remember it actually, but the first one I remember seeing was 2 years ago, and then I saw one last summer, and then two this summer, and there's possibly 3, so. But they are quite shy, they fly off quite quickly. So it's difficult to get the camera out. It's a lot more rocky now. Beautiful scenery. Just about to join up with the route, so I did a big deviation down to Corrofin, but it's well worth it, because I wouldn't have seen that church or the cuckoos or camped at the site or had any of that experience, so it's nice to not be too regimented sometimes. Gosh. Beautiful landscape. Hoping it should open up in a minute. Now I thought this was cool, but just look over there. That's like a whole other planet. I thought I'd helmet cam the rest of the Burren, just If the battery goes flat, I've got more, and if the card fills up, I've got more as well. I might have to buy a new SD card in Galway for the big camera, because the rate I'm filling it up, I won't have enough card space for the other few weeks. It's days like this where I think I could do a long tour. You know, a couple of months rather than a couple of weeks. I'd get a new back wheel built though, and make sure I've got fresh tubes and not 5-year-old spares. And if I was going for a longer tour, I might concede to a sleeping mat. What's that? Israel sanction impunity. Oh, end Israel sanction impunity. I should have gone over there to have a look probably. I'll look for another entrance. Gorgeous over there though. Oh, is that another cuckoo being mobbed by a little bird? Probably. That's the Burren Cliffs Explorer shuttle bus. I'll go back up there. I've got the time, I think.